All right, we're live. Welcome to KBFT virtual interviews. And we're here with the musician Breanne Marie, and we're going to be talking about her upcoming performance here on KBFT Facebook Live in just a few short weeks on Saturday, November 28th at 7 p.m. And she will be joined with the Front Porch Sinners. And Breanne Marie describes her music as Great Lakes country music from a front porch in Duluth, Minnesota. And you've recorded in Nashville, am I correct?
Yeah, we did.
That's cool. And now you've recorded your newest album at Sparta Sound with Rich Mattson.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything that I might have missed?
Well, there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to take up people's whole afternoon, but I think it'd be smart for me to describe what Great Lakes country music is. Should I describe that?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, someone once told me, there's no tumbleweeds up in Duluth, Minnesota. You don't play real country music. And what I describe it as, we're in a Rust Belt community of the Great Lakes, right? And there's a lot of people who are blue collar, hardworking people who they face troubles the same way that some of the populations in the South have, where that country music was singing three chords and the truth. I come from a family that's so blue collar, we didn't even have collars. And so my dad was a mechanic and my mom was a housekeeper. And I know what those struggles are like. I know what grief and loss and hard times are all about. So when I put my band together, I knew it would be country music. And we use classic country instruments. So we got Johnny Blaze on pedal steel, Kaylin Spencer on fiddle, and our bassist does upright and electric bass. And when you round out all those sounds together, you've got that classic country sound, but it's unique because it's from the Great Lakes.
Yeah, it sounds really awesome, really unique. And I kind of like how you throw the country aspect into it. So how long have you been making music?
I've been playing live out in the Twin Ports and beyond for about 10 years now. I just posted on my Facebook this morning some photos from 2010 and 2011. My very first live show out in the world was at Red Mug in Superior, and they're closed now. But I just looking back on 10 years of live shows, it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, it sounds like you've been doing it quite a while. And have you always been playing with the Front Porch Sinners, or how did,
No, I
how did you,
haven't.
how did you start out?
Yeah, I was the person that said I would never have a band because I imagined it to be a lot of drama. Everything that I saw on VH1 storytellers behind the music, and they were yelling at that person and leaving the band and breaking up. And I just didn't want to be a part of that. But when I launched a Kickstarter back in 2012 to raise money for my very first album of original music, I had to put a band together for rehearsals. And I fell in love with that feeling of other people bringing their talents into a song that I had written. I bring them a skeleton and they give it life. They bring it to life. So after that first album, my husband and I, he's the lead guitarist for the band. He and I talked about how we wanted to curate this group of people that would be great musicians, but also great people to play with. And so we've just sort of added musicians, and then we've got a couple of special guests. Anytime you play with our band, you're a sinner for life. You're a Front Porch Sinner. So we've had some guests that have sat in and played some things, and I don't think I could ever not be in a band now. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of describe it as when you're first writing a song, demoing it, and then you throw it to other musicians, and it just kind of evolves, and it turns into a multi-dimension.
Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing like that feeling of that first band practice when you share a new song and everybody's going like this well-oiled machine. And I was in high school band, and I did a little bit of band in college. I'm a trumpeter as well. And it's that feeling, right, where you are a part of this machine of people and you're all moving along together. And it's just such a great feeling. You get a high from that kind of thing, right? You're flying, you're lifted off the ground, and I love it.
So who else is Sinner or plays
Yeah.
in the band?
So Evan Tepler plays guitar, and we've got Matt Groom, who's been helping us out on drums. When we went into the studio, Chris Petrak helped us out, though. He was our studio drummer. And then we've got Kyle Gondik Anderson on bass. His wife Danielle does background vocals for us, so we started doing some harmony vocals, and that's been a lot of fun. I mentioned Kaylin Spencer on fiddle, Johnny Blaze on steel, and then we've got two guests that join us pretty regularly, and they're on the album. Matt Leibfried plays trumpet. He and I were in high school band together, and Matt Shalene, who put down some piano on the album, some beautiful piano.
Cool. So your upcoming album, Juniper,
Yeah.
tell us anything about that?
Yeah, so we recorded with Rich, and then the world shut down. We were planning to go in, and we had to stop in March. We had to cancel our session until we figured out, how long is the shutdown going to last. When it was safe to gather in the state of Minnesota for groups our size, we decided to rehearse. We went up to Sparta, and it was a different experience, right? Like, we're under a pandemic, we're wearing masks, we're blocked off from each other. I was in the isolation booth the whole time, and it's not the same high five, hangout, sleepover like you usually do with Rich, but it was still amazing. We're so happy to get these songs down. It's 9 songs, and one of them is a cover from the Iron Range Outlaw Brigade, bunch of rowdy boys from the Iron Range. If you don't know iRob, look them up.
How
But
cool is
Kirk,
that?
yeah, Kirk wrote a really cool song called Dead Man Walkin', and it's one of our favorite songs to play, so we decided to record that, and then the rest of the songs are originals. And now that they're done being recorded, Rich is mixing. We're going to move it on to mastering probably next month. And then if we can finish our current Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign and meet our goal, we're going to make CDs and these beautiful vinyl splatter design records. So vinyl records of the album if we can reach our funding goal.
Sounds awesome. Where can we find more information if we want to order a CD or a record?
Yeah, super easy. Go to breannemarie.com.
Cool. So where do you get your inspiration from, or who are some inspirational figures that you look up to that guides your music or inspires your music?
Yeah, so I started off with a really sad story. My father died in 2006 of suicide. Then 3 years later, my brother Tim was killed in a car accident in 2009. And that's when I really started writing what I was feeling, what I was going through. And it was so healing. And I would play songs that reminded me of them, or a song that reminded me of how I was feeling about them. And then over the years, I've been inspired by my children. I have 3 kids. Their ages are 5, 15, and 22. And when you're a mom of 3 kids and, spread apart in 3 different decades, there's a lot to write about. And I write about love and heartbreak. And then 2 years ago, my other brother, Justin, passed away in an ATV accident. So Juniper, this album was my chance to pause how fast I had been moving with my writing and my performance, and just take a moment to really live in that grief, to sit in that grief and write about it without the anger that I wrote about when my younger brother Tim passed away, because I had been through it now, right? This is the 3rd immediate family member loss. And so now I have more time and more years, a little more wisdom about grief to process that. And so there's a couple of sad songs on the album. There's some beautiful love songs on the album, and then of course Dead Man Walkin' just stuffed in there from Iron Range Outlaw Brigade. So it's sort of a mix of a lot of different things, and I think most of my albums have been like that and will be like that.
Yeah, that's great. You spoke of how COVID kind of affected you at recording at the studio. How else has the pandemic affected you and affected your music and your business as a musician?
It's on one hand, my heart is breaking for the amount of loss that we have, the unnecessary loss that we have, loss of life, loss of what's happening with our economy right now. But then on in my little world, in my little bubble where I'm pretty protected, it's annoying, right? Like things keep getting rescheduled or postponed. I had COVID myself at the end of September. We had to cancel one show, postpone another. I had a singing telegram lined up last weekend that got canceled because someone who was going to be at the birthday gathering ended up testing positive for COVID. Shows that we normally would be playing in the summer, like the Rock Bee Festival up in Hibbing at Masaba Co-op Park, that got canceled. Homegrown Music Festival was canceled. I mean, it's just been one cancellation or postponement after another, and we're trying to be safe. We're trying to wear masks and social distancing, but we sing and we play, and we're headed into winter, and I'm really fearful of all the musicians out there like myself who we need this music, right? I mean, you yourself are a musician, and this isn't just something you're kind of doing for funsies, it's like, this is life. This is what
Yeah.
we do. And so I'm a little bit sad as we head into winter, how we'll keep this music going. I think it's going to end up being small groups of duo, trio configurations of our band. I'm sure I'll keep writing. But man, it's just, this COVID is just awful.
Yeah, totally. And we at the station, we recognize that the music industry, the entertainment industry has been hit by this pandemic, and we're doing everything that we can to help out the musicians, and to help out people that are sitting at home, and to give them, just something to do, while they're sitting at home, enjoy a show again, kind of like the old times. And and that's one thing that we're trying to do is just help out the communities.
Yeah,
With our,
right? Like, let's take this long, dark winter and curl up with our radios and listen to what other people are listening to at the same time, or curl up in front of your smartphone or your laptop or whatever. But these live streams bring us all together, and it's going to keep us going for sure. It's not the same thing. I can't see people I can't interact with an audience, and I can't see what they're thinking and feeling unless they chat in the comment section. But I know that they're out there. I know they're watching it, and the music that I make and that our band is playing, that we're bringing to you, is going to make you feel something. And I hope that provides comfort. And I love that KBFT is doing this live stream stuff, and we're so excited for the show. We're going to live stream right from this space here in West Duluth, in our home where we rehearse, and we're really looking forward to it.
Awesome. And the date is Saturday, November 28th at 7 p.m. What else could we expect from the live performance?
Yeah, we have another live stream the week before, and we're going to do different songs. So we're going to play a couple from the new album, but we're also going to play some of the songs that you may have heard us play at a festival in the past. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with it. Get ready to move around on your couch.
And that is, we'll be live streaming here on that date. You can also live stream it from the Breanne Marie and the Front Porch Sinners.
The Facebook. You got it.
So come check us out. And do you have any final words of encouragement for our listeners or just people watching?
Oh, man. One last thing I'll say is be kind to yourself. We say be kind out there and be gentle with others, but that starts with being kind and gentle to yourself. We're going to get through this. COVID will be a memory soon, and we'll be thinking about it for years, I'm sure, and telling our children about it. But this is going to be in our rearview mirror at some point, and we'll get there. Just be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourselves.
Okay, awesome. That's all. And be sure to tune in here. KBFT Virtual Music Performance with Breanne Marie and the Front Porch Sinners, live November 28th, 7 p.m.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
All right. Bye.